Hello and welcome everybody to what might be my final Foundations draft. I'm Paul Cheon and we are sitting at rank number 398. The reason why I say this might be the last Foundations draft, I haven't done all the research, but here under Premier Draft it says sign up ends in 22 hours. So it's possible. I know a lot of you have been enjoying the Foundations content, so hopefully we can end things with a bang if this truly is the last week for Foundations Draft. Now, before we get into this draft, I just wanted to say that this video is brought to you by tcgplayer.com. Check out tcgplayer.com for all your TCG singles and sealed product needs. Whether or not you want to pick up those booster boxes of Foundations or some singles to round out your constructed decks, tcgplayer.com is the place to go, and make sure you click that affiliate link in the description below before you make any purchases. Additionally, check out heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, and more, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. All right, here we go. Archmage. Oh, well, I was looking at the Archmage of Runes, which is definitely a solid and fun card to build around. But you know what else is a solid and fun card? Elenda, Saint of Dusk. She is absolutely insane. 4 mana, 4/4 for a lifelink. And then also, there is that weird trick where basically if she gains life and goes over 20 life, she becomes a 5/5. And if you block with a 4/4, she lives. And then if you're at 30 somehow, then she becomes a 9/9. Fabloom Trick is also very solid pack in general. Fabloom Trick is awesome too. I think this would probably be the pick. I do like it over Archmage of Runes. And then there's Meteor Golem, Refute, and a couple of helpful hunters along with a Luminous Rebuke. So very solid cards. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards that you're reasonably happy to take. So just a pretty solid pack in general, because in Foundations, sometimes you have packs where you're like, wait, is there a playable in this pack? And that was not one of them. Now, noting that Black-White isn't the highest win rate archetype. In fact, it's one of the weaker ones, which is really surprising given how deep Black and White is. But when you start with an Elenda, you probably try your best to make it work. Moving on to pack 2, we have Anthem of Champions, which is obviously a very solid card. Youthful Valkyrie, which I also really like, which might be the pick given our first pick Elenda. There's a couple of decent green cards here in the Hornbeetle and Overrun. And then if you like drawing cards, of course, there's Think Twice for all you control mages. Gorehorn Raider is also a solid creature after you attack, but I feel like with the Elenda start, I do want to start with the Youthful Valkyrie here, maybe do some Angels, a little bit of life gain, and try to win that route. Oh, and that's another Angel. Ooh, and there's a Stab. I gotta take the Stab, I think. I mean, I think Stab is just the best card in the pack overall, but this is another pretty solid pack. We have a Think Twice, Sarah Angel, another Overrun, and some other decent creatures here across the board, but let's go ahead and take the Stab. I mean, Angel is a nice top-end card, but I think Stab is just kind of too good, and it's just important to have good early interaction, so I will take the Stab there. And moving on to this pack, now this is a significantly worse pack than the ones we saw previously. There's Thousand Year Storm. That would be a really fun way to end the video, but I think if I took the Archmage of Runes, I could try to make it work. I think this is also one of the worst cards in the format, but it is what it is. Slumbering Cerberus is a fine card, but I might just take Evolving Wilds just for the mana fixing aspect of this. Cerberus is fine, but I kind of want to stay the course here if possible, and it's not a good enough card, I think, to just take over something like an Evolving Wilds, which will almost always make the decks that we draft. Moving on to pick 5, we have Pilfer, which is a decent hand disruption card. Inspiring Paladin, which I really don't love. It's fine filler, but I do think I like the Squad Rallier here more, noting that there's a bunch of green cards. But you know what really gets me into green? It's not the Beastkin Rangers and the Treetop Snare Spinners. You all know what it is. It is Llanowar Elves. And if I don't see Llanowar Elves, I'm not really that interested in green. But I do love it. You know, this is kind of my pet card of the format. I love me a Squad Rallier. So why don't we go take another one here? And now we're going to take Cathar Commando, just a fine 2-mana play out of this pack. Nothing else very strong out of here. Thrill of Possibility, I guess, if you're doing the spell sting, but nothing of note in this pack that's particularly strong. And so this is what we have. And now we have another Cathar Commando, Fake Your Own Death as a combat trick, and Resolute Reinforcements. Do I want another Commando or Reinforcements, or do I want to take my first combat trick? I really do like Fake Your Own Death, especially when you have things worth saving like this Elenda. So let's take that over some of these 2s. I also want 2-drops that have 2 power or less. And there's a lot of good 2-drops in black and white. So I think I will take my first Fake Your Own Death here. I think it'll have some amount of value here. And now I'm looking at pack number 8. Now this is where things really start to fall off. There's absolutely nothing that I'd be interested in most decks that I draft. Armasaur Guide is something that isn't particularly strong. I guess I could take Brazen Scourge, but I don't even really like this card, even if I am red-white. I have to be heavy red, but what else is there? Whatever. I'll spec on the Scourge only because there's just nothing else in that pack. Here we have Helpful Hunter and Luminous Rebuke. And this is also quite close. I think early on, I prefer having the Helpful Hunters. It's also really good with the Fake Your Own Death. I really like Luminous Rebuke as well. But black and white typically is a color combination that has a lot of interaction available to it. Stab, Eaten Alive, Bake into a Pie, Luminous Rebuke, and the Banishing Light. So for that reason, I'm going to take the good cheap creature here over the solid removal spell. Let's take Windscarred Crag out of this pack. Could take the Overrun, but could take the other Overrun, but I'll take Fleeting Flight. This is also a fine combat trick. So I'm kind of happy with my tricks. I like having 2 tricks is probably the right number that I like to play in a lot of instances. I'll play more if I don't have a bunch of removal, but 1 Fleeting Flight, 1 Fake Your Own Death with a Stab and some other, like 4 or 5 more removal spells and all creatures. That's a pretty good recipe for a solid build. I don't think I'll ever exsanguinate anybody. But reasonably happy with these 8 cards. There's a Sure Strike here that tabled. And then we'll take this Forest. All right, Cat Collector. That is something that I will take over Stab, especially in black-white. Black-white has a lot of random little ways to gain life. So she's just an excellent, excellent creature. Really good pack. There's a Stab and an Infernal Vessel in this pack as well. If I had some sacrifice stuff, I mean, I think it might even be close between the 2 uncommon creatures, but I think I prefer the Cat Collector, specifically in black-white. Also, I wonder, I mean, I've been playing this format for a decent time. I wonder though, do you like playing off-color lands? How many life gain payoffs do you need before you start playing half off-color life gain lands? Here we're going to take Felidar Savior here. I do think I like that over Joust Through. I think this is just a very premium creature and something that you can fetch off of the Squad Rallier. Also good with Fake Your Own Death. Black-white is a really good Fake Your Own Death deck. You have Burglar Rat, Helpful Hunter. I mean, we have the Cat Collector and Felidar Savior. All of these things do have some kind of enter the battlefield effect, which is really nice. There's a Bake into a Pie here. Burst Lightning in the pack. Refute in the pack. There's a Scoured Barrens, which I would love, but I'm certainly not going to take it over one of the best removal spells in the entire format. So really solid deck that we're building here. Seer Slicer Goblin, pick 2, pick 4. Oof. Can I splash it? Is it worth splashing? Stroke of Midnight I don't really like as a removal spell. I'm just going to take it. I just almost never play Marauding Blight Priest in my decks. So I'm just going to take it, and I don't know. If my mana is really good, I guess. The thing is, we're kind of getting cut off of the black and the white. There's also a Perforating Artist. So, I mean, is there some world where we can go Mardu? I don't love it, but it's interesting. It's either that or I take Gutless Plunderer. I have a Windscarred Crag and an Evolving Wilds. All right, let's go for the upside. This could certainly be me derailing my draft. Let's hope that it's not. But it can definitely be the case. I'll take a Reassembling Skeleton out of this pack, although unclear that I'm going to play it unless I have some sacrifice cards to go with it. I don't like just playing a 2-mana 1/1 that comes back, but if I have Eaten Alive / Vampire Gourmand, Hungry Ghoul, cards of that nature, then of course this goes up in value. All right, I'm just going to take Vanguard Seraph. It's not the most exciting card, but hey, I have an Angel. I have some life gain stuff to go with it as well. It's fine, nothing too special. Slagstorm tabled. I'm not taking Armature Guide or playing Crypt Feast, but I mean, is there just some weird world where I swap over to red something? I don't think so. I'll take the Siphoner. It's a fine 2-mana play. Another kind of filler level cards, but hey, that's the nature of core set. And wow, pack 2 was awful. Pack 2, I got a Tragic Banshee and a Bacon to a Pie. That's basically all I got. And a Felidar Savior. So that was brutal. And this is probably one of the reasons why, and I've said this before, why black-white ends up being so bad, or why it doesn't do as well as the other colors. It's just because everybody naturally ends up in black-white, because because the colors are so deep. Pack 5, you can just see a random Burglar Rat or a Helpful Hunter, and you're like, oh, I guess this is open. And the truth is, it's not. It's just there's a lot of depth at common, and so you just end up, you just kind of trick yourself into thinking that the color is open, and so you end up with a pod with 3 players who are black and white when they shouldn't be in a lot of instances. Here I'll take a Luminous Rebuke. Great removal spell. Seeker's Folly is also fine. Evolving Wilds, if it tables, gets really interesting, because then we can really start to look at whether or not we want to splash these red cards, but for the time being, I will take the good removal spell here in the Rebuke. Now we have 3 solid removal spells, Bacon to Pie, Rebuke, and the Stab. And Tragic Banshee can also work as a nice way to clear the board. I don't really like Dauntless Veteran in these types of decks. I just think double white is just too hard to kind of pull off. Hungry Ghoul is fine, but we're just going to take another Felidar Savior. I know we're getting pretty heavy on 4-mana plays, but I like all my 4-mana plays, and I'm going to take it over, I think, a 2-drop here. But of course, we do need to shore up the early part of the mana curve. We do have the Sanguine Siphoner, which can, of course, make it into the deck, along with the Reassembling Skeleton as another option. This pack has nothing for us, really. There's a Fleeting Flight, which I think I'm going to take. This doesn't really feel like a Claws Out deck. This is a deck you need a bunch of cats or you want to go wide. I like the cheap trick here in the Fleeting Flight here. Anthem of Champions. Dang. Another pack with absolutely no black and white cards. Yeah, this is rough. I mean, we're seeing some red cards here, but it's a little bit too late, I think, for that. So now I am going to probably be struggling for playables, and it's too late now to just start taking cards in other colors. I'm going to take the Make Your move, and there's a real chance that this makes our deck just because of the fact that we've just kind of whiffed on a lot of these packs. Here, I'll take a Healer's Hawk. Goes really well with the Cat Collector and decent combo with the Vanguard Seraph. I think I like that over 4-drop number 6. So let's take the Healer's Hawk here. And who are we kidding? Let's put all of these in, as we're not going to have enough playables otherwise. I mean, this is 23 cards. I would really want to avoid playing the Skeleton, but the thing is, I don't know that I want to play the red either, so... Burglar Rat, yes, get into our deck. Burglar Rat, love it. There's another artist, and there's a Fiend Artisan. It's double black, though. Sack another creature. Search the library for... Do I take this? Burglar Rat just seems so solid in this deck, though. And it's double black. I actually don't know. Should I have taken the Fiend Artisan there? Oh, and now the Guarded Air tabled. That is huge. This must have been a great, great pack. This is something that you can also hit off of the Squad Rallier, which is really nice. Another Fleeting Flight. All the overruns in this draft. Was this the pack with the Evolving Wilds? Evolving Wilds did, in fact, not table. Balmore tabled. There's a Dauntless Veteran. Don't really like this because it's double white. What about something like this? I could see playing something like this. I don't think that my mana is good enough to play the the red cards. And yeah, I mean, I've never actually played with Fiend Artisan. So that, maybe I'm supposed to just try it out there. But like I said, I was just a little bit hesitant because it's not a very reliable 2-mana play. And I have a bunch of 4s and 5s in my deck already. So I just want something that I can run out onto the battlefield on turn 2. And that's certainly not one of those cards. Okay, so this is the deck. It's nothing too crazy. We got some tricks. We only have a handful of removal spells. We got the Felidar Savior with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 targets. Not the most number of targets. I think I'm still, well, not I think. I'm definitely still playing it just because of a lack of playables. And we still need to find another card to put into our deck. Yeah, it's probably just make your move. Do I want to play Windscarred Crag? How many life gain things do I have? Sure, let's play it. I got the Cat Collector. I want to live the dream, okay? So, just a very kind of run-of-the-mill black-white deck. We do have the Elenda, which hopefully can go a long way. It's okay. I believe. Our final Foundations draft. Let's see how this goes. All right, now before round 1 starts, just wanted to say that if you've been enjoying all of this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That is patreon.com/paulcheon. I want to give a special shout out to all of the Patreons. Thank you so much for all your support, as it truly means a lot. Access to the Patreon gives you access to my Discord channel, which I do believe is a really great way to up your limited game. A lot of great discussions there. A lot of people helping each other during drafts, sealed deck builds, etc. We even have at least one person who won 2K in the Discord. Joining the Discord might get you 2K in a future Arena Open. All right, on the play here, turn 2 Kitty Cat, Helpful Hunter. No 3-drop here, and then Felidar Savior, Vanguard Seraph, and Luminous Rebuke. I just love a Helpful Hunter. Ooh, and I also love Burglar Rat, and we drew both. Turn 1 Diregraph Ghoul. Beat downs. Black-green, okay. You don't see that color combination that often, although I will say they have the Gourmand, which is certainly nice. Wow. I think they can still sack the rat if they want, right? I'm not sure. But they didn't, and I'm okay with this. Do I want to attack with Helpful Hunter? No, because I have the Felidar Savior, I think. I'm going to play the Vanguard Seraph and pass. The thing is, if they have a removal spell, I'd much rather they kill my Seraph than the Squad Rallier. They could have an Eaten Alive here with the Burglar Rat. Yep. Oh, this is getting kind of annoying. Definitely taking a lot of damage. And we will play Squad Rallier here. Play the Evolving Wilds and attack. Do I want to get a second black, or a third black, or a third white? Not sure. Wow. Very nice deck. Their black cards are amazing. Alright. Any reason for more black or more white? Doesn't seem like it. Okay, what do I want to do? Yeah, let's just play Burglar Rat here. I bet their cards are great. Yep, they discarded an Eaten Alive. That's not good. Jeez. Homunculus Horde, where did that come from? Are you splashing Homunculus Horde? Maybe they're a blue-black deck splashing green? Who knows? That is bizarre. Let's upgrade our crap creatures. I'm a little bit sad, I will say, that they killed my Squad Rallier. I'm going to play the land here just because I have a 6-drop in my deck and I don't want to get Burglar Ratted. Let's hope they don't have a card draw spell. Okay. Oh, Fleeting Flight was an excellent draw. Arcane Epiphany would be the absolute worst. All right, they ran out of gas. Whew. I will say their black spells were really, really strong. And that was a pretty, I mean, they had one card, like, that was pretty aggressive, but I really wanted to, I felt that the upside was worth it to get Homunculus Horde off the battlefield, because I feel like that's how I lose the game, right? If they top deck a thing twice, then things can get really out of hand. All right, opponent on the play here. Our hand, 2 planes, Evolving Wilds, Healer's Hawk Stab, Fleeting Flight, Fake Your Own Death. Very, very cheap mana curve. I will definitely go turn 1 Hawk here. Oh, wait. I thought Youthful Valkyrie was a life gain payoff. It is not. Courageous Goblin, sure. I will play the Valkyrie here. Does a good job of blocking the Goblin as well. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care if they kill it somehow or have a combat trick. Sure. All right. Yeah, let's just lose 3 life. Death Touch? Oof. I guess the Valkyrie shouldn't attack. It prevents more damage, and I think I want to keep my life total kind of high here, so we'll do that. They're afraid of Luminous Rebuke. I'm not going to fire off the Fleeting Flight when my opponent has 4 open mana. I'm just going to take the 3 damage here from the artist. But I just... Basically, the idea is I don't want to I don't want to take all that damage. Vampire Gourmand, wow, their deck is fantastic. Okay. Less good. Alright, let's go get the Swamp. That is a lot of cheap combat tricks, I will say. I mean, I kind of want to just stab the artist if possible. I don't want Fake Your Own Death to happen there, so I'm just gonna block. I'm just gonna get that off the battlefield here. I mean, if they have a removal spell, it's a pretty good time to fire it off on the Valkyrie. But I'm really leaning on this Valkyrie to just kind of slow everything down. And then I have the Fleeting Flight here as well. But this isn't ideal. Like, if I can find a land and get the Seraph going to put some extra pressure in the air, that's really nice. Also, getting an extra land in play pumps up my Youthful Valkyrie as well. But in this instance, if they kill my Valkyrie, it's pretty bad. They might sack the Archer, because it's pretty bad here. That's fine. At least in that instance, I'm not really worrying about the the value that they're getting. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. 3/3 Healer's Hawk. Let's go. Let's race. I'm happy to race now. Burglar Rat? I don't want. I think I'd rather have a Swamp or some kind of removal spell or whatever. Does this have Menace? Yeah. We are trying our best to race here. Dragon Trainer! Ay, ay, ay. That is a fantastic one indeed. So I don't want to use Fake Your Own Death on the Healer's Hawk. I think I just passed this turn. And we try to get them on the following turn here. I want to use Fake Your Own Death on my Vanguard Seraph, if possible. Or whatever they target with the Berserker. They have a really solid red-black deck. But I just have to rely on the trick here to hopefully get it done. I'm at 11. They have one card. Do I just use Fake Your Own Death? I mean, it does gain me a ton of life. And I take 4, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 damage. I just have to put them in a tough spot here. And I get to kill the dragon, so... You know. Like, my angel shrinks, or sorry, my healer's hawk shrinks. So they might as well have killed it. But I still get a surveil out of this. And I hit a land. Ooh, that's interesting. Because now, if I just don't play the Marauding Blight Priest, I can play Guarded Air next turn. Yeah, let's just do that. So I can take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage this turn. But I'm at 16. And this really helps me stabilize. Close game. Very, very close game. Does this give Menace? It sure does. Alright, so I go to 6 life. I can double block this. I might want to keep the Healer's Hawk back, actually. Alright. This gives me 4 blockers, and I just have lots of damage in the air. I basically just don't want to let them somehow come back and win this game when they're at 3 life. So I just feel like having an extra lifelink blocker is going to be pretty good for me. And this lets me get in for the most damage with my other flyers. Yeah, I mean, it's mostly because this is a guaranteed menace attack. So 2 creatures need to go in front there. Even if they kill one of my things, I can put 2 here, put 1 here, go to 6, and then take 4 and go to 1. So this beats basically a removal spell. Yeah, once again, if they kill one of my lifelink creatures... Kellen... Okay, that doesn't do any... Well, it's a good card. But... Whew, that was close. Also, if I played the Blight Priest, they would have gone to 1. Very close. Alright, really, really close game between... I played against a very, very solid Rakdos aggro deck, and our tricks were really, really important there. Right? The Luminous Rebuke, the Fleeting Flights, even using the double Fleeting Flight to pump my Hawk and keep it out of the Minotaur's range gained us a ton of life, allowing us to race what they had. Okay. Opponent on the play, 4 lands, Helpful Hunter, Blight Priest, Felidar, Savior. Ooh, turn 1 Healer's Hawk. I was wondering whether or not I should run the turn 1 Windscarred Crag, because I have the Blight Priest and the Cat Collector. I was probably going to play it, but obviously now that I drew Healer's Hawk, this is my plan. Heartfire Immolator, fantastic creature. We drew Make Your Move. We're hoping this has some kind of target, but against red-black, their things tend to be a little bit smaller. Instances like this is where the Healer's Hawk really shines, right? Because we're both kind of pseudo racing, and then they have this. Is this sorcery speed? Okay, that is sorcery speed. We found a target, folks. I am shocked that they didn't sack the Infestation Sage to block the Healer's Hawk. Let's play out the Blight Priest first. Let's attack. Wow, and they're continuing to take damage here off the Hawk, so they really like the Immolator here, I guess. I just feel like the Immolator would have been better served killing the Blight Priest or the Hawk there. Not really sure what's happening. I'm still blocking, I think. They probably have a Gorehorn Minotaur here, which is not going to be ideal. Wow, just nothing. Alright, well, come on. I mean, they have to have a removal spell here, right? Well, they didn't previously. Okay. Well, they just have a bad draw, I guess. Or a sweeper. They could easily have Blasphemous Edict here, which could be the reason why they didn't sack the Sage. Right? It could be. Felt like I still needed to play the Savior there, but certainly not interested in putting anything else onto the battlefield. Well, after they cast the Eaten Alive, the coast is clear, almost. You know what I mean? Ooh, land is good too. Let's play a flyer here. And I'm going to get the Surveil value too, which is really nice. Let's attack. And keeping a Fake Your Own Death also seems great. Don't need the land. Yep. Another Ravenous Amulet. But I can't imagine they're going to want to sack their 1/1 here. A Braid. Let's save that. Yeah, they are in some serious trouble. Are they going to sack that? What are you going to find? All right. Good luck. I think they're just dead. Yeah. All right. Quick 3-0 here so far. I like it. And you know what? We haven't even drawn our Elenda yet. That has not happened just yet. It will, though. It will. She will play a big part in this. I hope. All right, on the play, we have Healer's Hawk, a 6-drop, Fleeting Flight. Oh, sorry, I'm on the draw. I think I'm going to keep this because I have the turn 1 Healer's Hawk. But this hand certainly needs a black source. We have 9 black sources in the deck. And then we have the Fleeting Flight, which I don't know how much that does. But a swamp off the top here. If they go... Yeah, if they kill this... Healer's Hawk, it is a disaster. Oh, well, we drew a creature. So that certainly helps. But would really like a land here. Well, they probably have a refute. No? Nothing? Oh, we drew a swamp! Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm just playing a creature. Doesn't look like they have anything. Okay. That was so big. I mean, now it's just like I can play Magic. Like, I am allowed to play Magic the Gathering. Oh, no! Seeker's Folly was fantastic. This is what I get for wanting to play Magic. They got a clean 2-for-1 there. Some clean living. I want to stab the Spectral Sailor, but I want to just keep pressuring their life total. So given that I drew the Blight Priest, I'm just going to play the other one. If they want to take an entire turn off to play the... to activate the Spectral Sailor, by all means. Let's discard the 6-drop. We are not going to be playing that for a very long time. Gutless Plunderer. Okay. All right. We got a 4-3 and a 3-2 and a Fake Your Own Death. That's it. That is it. We are all in on this. That was a really good exchange for us, though, using the Fleeting Flight because it prevents the combat damage against the Death Touch on the Gutless Plunderer. And then using the Stab, of course, because Stab likely not going to have too many better targets there anyways. Tragic Banshee. Fake your own death would be really annoying here. Yeah. Yeah, that's annoying. Oh, wait. Wait. This is way better if they just have a stab. This is, and the nice thing about this is the treasure too, because now with the treasure I can play the Tragic Banshee. So even if they play something massive, we'll be okay. All right, well, or they do that. Luminous. Oh, this is actually really interesting. They have one card. I'm just gonna kill the Plunderer. Okay, that's fine. Oh, they had to discard Runescarred Demon. Alright. Any land is good for the Tragic Banshee. Let's see what they find. I mean, they had a counterspell there, so it is what it is. Ooh. That doesn't really... I mean, they have to block, right? Whatever. Stop! Stop it! No! Come on! Land! Okay. We're at 9. They can't attack me. They can't attack me. But they need to stop drawing 5 mana plays. Okay. Cat Collector. The question here is, do I want to trade a 2/3 lifelinker for a 1/1 and also get a Surveil? I think the answer is yes. No, you know what? Let's just get in with the flyer. All right. They're at 2 life again. We have 3 attackers to their 1 blocker. So this is lethal. That one was close. That Seeker's Folly was really nice, and it looked like they had a really solid Dimir control deck set up there. But our little scrappy combat tricks have been doing wonders for us. Fleeting Flight and Fake Your Own Death. Shout out to them. All right, on the play. Turn 2 Burglar Rat, turn 3 Marauding Blight Priest into Felidar Savior. It is a mana curve. All right, let's lead with... Don't think it matters if I lead with a Plains or a Swamp. This is better, so I don't have to, like, full control, try to bluff stab or whatever. All right, our mana's perfect now. We have 2 white sources, 2 black sources. So, if they beat us, they beat us. Runaway Together, interesting. Okay, so blue-white deck. Lots come to play effects. Ooh, nice lands. Nice lands. Did it have Luminous Rebuke? What was that? Pause. Essence Scatter is an uncommon. Okay. Cathar Commando? No? Just nothing? Okay. See, now that they have Refute mana, I kind of don't want to play Felidar Savior. So, I kind of want to just pass. See what they do. If they Luminous Rebuke... I missed out on 1 point of damage here, but I guarantee kind of resolving the Savior. And just get to play around a counterspell if I can. Big Fin Bouncer. Okay. I don't think they want to trade a 2/2 for a 3/2. Why did they oops me? Big fin bouncer. Sure. Okay. I don't understand that oops still. If I draw a land, I will definitely... I'll just run out the guarded air. They have been... there has been a delay, so there is a shot that they have fleeting flight here. And then the question is, do I go for bake into a pie if they do that? I don't think so. Like, I don't care about my burglar rat. Like, them having a 4-3 doesn't really matter that much. And I'd rather just play guarded air here. And just save my bake into a pie. Like, even knowing that they had this, if I had maybe a good follow-up 2-drop as well, then I would consider it.
No matter what, there is always hope. Your soul burns with might.
Huh. So they have 2 mana available. They discarded Runaway Together. Do they have another one? Alternatively, I can just go Felidar Savior and pump both. I think I like that. Oh, that's insane. They had a Luminous Rebuke there too? Yeah. So, well, I mean, obviously this makes things a lot more difficult. They kind of had lots of really good tricks. And we have a lot to fight through. But we will try our best. Dazzling Angel, okay. This doesn't kill Planeswalkers, right? Yeah. They're playing really well. Like, I thought they would block, like, my 2-3 or something. You know what I mean? So, they are playing quite well. Because the Fleeting Flight would have gotten them if they blocked my Felidar Savior.
Your soul burns with might.
That attack I hate. I don't even know why you would consider that. I just have to play under the assumption that they just don't have, like, another trick. You know what I mean? Alright, now the question becomes, which one do I want to kill? Is it Dazzling Angel, or is it Elenda? Or a Sky Knight Squire, rather. I'm gonna kill the Angel. Alright, Elenda. You are going to be a 9-9 here. So you are going to carry it for me. Another thing here is I just gain more life off the Felidar Savior too. So, nice back and forth. Opponent also with a solid deck. Double Bouncer, double Rebuke. Ajani obviously very strong as well. The entire game right now is trying to find ways to deal with Ajani. So they have a 3-3 in play. Let's play Helpful Hunter first to see if we get anything. Did not. If they play a creature, it's really terrible for me. Yeah. Yeah. That's fair. It's okay. I mean, the thing is, like, at this point, it's just more... Oh, Ajani died? Oh, that's great for me. And now I have a 10-10. Alright, so we're all in on Elenda, right? Elenda or bust. And, you know, she does a lot, so... I mean... Yeah, I mean, our opponents also... quite... you know, they have a really nice deck, and they're getting there here, too, so... But all we need to do is just attack with Elenda, and they just have to chump every turn. Just about. Alright. I am at 42 life. That's ridiculous. I suppose they can block with... Oh, God. Their deck is so good! Oh my gosh. I need a combat trick now. They're not going to attack me anymore. Holy cow. Oh my gosh. That is a combat trick. I mean, they have to double block. Yeah. That was a combat trick. 53. I'm not saying good game. You can say good game. Whew. We are... Okay, here's the thing. We are drawing so well. Like, our deck is fine. Our deck is solid. You know, Elenda's obviously insane. But drawing that combat trick on that turn... It was so big because they were going to slowly take over if they found any ways to put counters on that Exemplar of Light. Alrighty, on the play here. 3 planes, a swamp. My first plays are Vanguard Seraph, Tragic Banshee. I mean, I have 3 planes and a swamp here on the play. If I was on the draw, I might have to ship this. But on the play, I'm less likely to fall behind, right? So, I think for that reason, I will keep. Axguard Cavalry. I need a creature here. Okay, well, you know what? Hey, that's as good a creature as any to help you come back from behind. Okay, so we'll probably have to just run that out turn 4, and then we have a bunch of combat tricks to save it, and we just need to hope that they don't have a way to kill it then. Goblin Borders. Okay. So Bite Down won't work because that's an instant. Boulder Salvo is not in the set. I've been playing a lot of Pioneer Masters. Felling Blow would work. Felling Blow would be devastating. The thing is, what else can I do, right? Like I can go, I don't know, Garrick Uprising. Okay. Do you think they know the trick with the attack? If they attack me with the Goblin Borders, my Elenda is a 5/5. Wait, no, how much life? As long as your life total is greater than your starting life total, Elenda gets +1/+1 and has Menace. That's so stupid. That is so incredibly dumb. How do I want to do this? I can play the Seraph, but that makes it so that my Elenda is a little more vulnerable. But having a Seraph in play also seems quite strong. So why don't we just... I'm trying to think if there's... If they had a 5 damage... If they had a way to kill this, I think they would have cast it already. Let me think. Let me think about this. This is actually a very big play. You know what? I'm not. I don't want to take the chance. I'm just going to play Healer's Hawk. I'm going to keep up Fleeting Flight and Fake Your Own Death so that no matter what happens, my Elenda will live. Because if she does, there's just not much you can do. Yeah, you know, it's really unfortunate this late into the season for me to still be able to get opponents with this. I just dislike greatly the templating on this card. Greatly. Do you think they're going to mess it up again? Probably not, right? I mean, it's going to be almost impossible for a red-green deck to kill a 5/5 or a 10/10, so... Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. I think I just want to kill the flyers. Yep, it's a 10-10 now. We'll keep make your move. Yeah. Wait, how did they get got twice, by the way? Like, I got them once, which, understandable, right? If you're not familiar with that interaction. But then, having it happen again, that's a little unfortunate. That's a little unfortunate. All right, we are 6-0. Remember what I said earlier? Alenda, gonna play a big role. And she certainly has. All right, playing for the trophy here. Alenda once again. Nice opener here. Plains 2 Swamps. Helpful Hunter, Alenda, Marauding Blight Priest, and Tragic Banshee. So as long as we can just rattle off a couple of lands, we have plays for the next 5 turns. And a Luminous Rebuke for some interaction too. So very, very promising start here for us. Gonna just play out the Helpful Hunter. They are notably playing Boros, and they played an Axguard Cavalry on turn 2, so, you know, it's not going to necessarily be the easiest game, but we have a lot of the tools to survive, depending on the rarity symbol on the bottom, on the right side, let's just say. That's a first strike is quite annoying. The question now is, do I just play a Marauding Blight Priest and keep up Rebuke for a later time? And just keep taking damage? Or do I just try to stem the bleeding here, kill the Inspiring Paladin now, and then play an Alenda or something along those lines? I'm just going to play the Blight Priest. I think there's a good shot this Blight Priest will be able to block whatever 4-drop they play. And then this gives me the potential to double spell if I draw another 2-mana play. Alright, okay. Helpful Hunter, sure. Really great play for them, but for me, I'm pretty happy because it at least slowed them down. And I'm happy trading the Blight Priest with their Cavalry if that's an attack that they want to make. And if they have a Fleeting Flight, they have a Fleeting Flight, right? It's like we're playing into their combat trick. Oh, Divine Resilience? Sure. That's fine. Let's keep this back to trade with the Helpful Hunter, and I believe it is time for Alenda. They have too quick of a start. Too quick of a start where I just need to play the Alenda here. If they have Banishing Light, it's really tough. But if not, we have the ability to attack with Alenda with removal spell backup, which is really nice. Great draw from the opponent. Good curve, tricks, and I'm just on the, don't kill me, please! If they kill my Alenda, it's so bad. All right, Dazzling Angel. Dazzling Angel. They're going to give it... Oh, so we're racing. Okay. Okay. I don't think they're going to block. Huh. I mean, they can... I guess they can hope. If they block, then I obviously bake into a pie. All right, we go up to 16, which is huge. And then we will pass. And we still have the Luminous Rebuke, which is quite nice. I have a couple of options next turn, which is pretty good. I can go Rebuke on whatever they hit me with. Or I can go Squad Rally. Okay, well, never mind. I have only one play next turn. You know what that is? That is attack. That is Tragic Banshee, the Seer Slicer Goblin. No blocks. Let's go get a swamp. Make your move. That is, well, doesn't do anything right now, I guess. Did they have another... did they have a fleeting flight? No? Oh, just a chump? All right. All right, no fleeting flight. So that confirms no fleeting flight, which is good. And them being stuck on 3 lands makes this really, really difficult for them. And us with some, you know, we're gaining big chunks of life here with the Elenda, which makes it really difficult to race. I also had this food as an option. Heraldic Banner is good, but our Make Your Move is really, really solid here. Axguard Cavalry, sure. They might keep things back now. Now, remember, I can gain some additional life here and get to... if I gain 3 more life here, this becomes a 5/5, which I need to factor into what I choose to do. Oh, never mind. They're attacking me. Okay. Yep. Do you think they double block? I mean, they're at 18. Let me think. I can Make Your Move the artifact, and it just makes things horrible for them. Yeah. That's a blowout. That's a blowout if I've ever seen one. Got to kill the banner, and now we get to slam the Rallier. And now we have a bunch of mana, we have the Elenda, we can spin the Squad Rallier for extra value, and we have Luminous Rebuke and the life gain from the food. So we kind of have every angle, we have many of the angles covered. Barring a sweeper or something along those lines, this is looking really, really good for us. And like I said, they're very unlikely to have fleeting flight here. So if they attack with Axguard Cavalry, I can just double block. They're just attacking with the Angel here, and we can get in for a good size attack here. So let's see, I can go to 15, go to 19. That doesn't quite work. 5, okay. I mean, they almost don't have a choice. Although they did look at their 1 card. We will see how they block. I like how it was like, Elenda's going to play a really important part in this draft, and it literally won me every single game afterwards. Kind of ridiculous if you think about it. Sorry, friend. I have it all. Oh, Divine Resilience number 2. That would be unexpected and very sad for us. All right, yep, we're at 16 life here. We can spin the Squad Rallier. They're at 10 life. We have a bigger board. Land number 6. And they were stuck on lands previously. Let's activate the Squad Rallier, see if we hit something. We did. Why wouldn't we? Felidar Savior. Yeah, I do like that. If I pump Elenda and Squad Rallier, that puts me in a really good spot, I think. Because now they can't kill the Squad Rallier. This trades with both of them, and this is obviously a 5/5. Granted, I have the food as well, but... do they really not... I mean, I feel like they have to block with the Angel as well. Okay, so they're just blocking to kill the Banshee, which is fine. Or not. And I don't think I want to play out the Angel. I'd rather just keep up an activation on the Rallier in case they top deck Day of Judgment. I know Day of Judgment would be a really, really weird card for the red-white deck to play, but it's a good card, so people just play it in a lot of instances. And also just, my board is so big right now, there is no need to overextend right now. Like, all I'm interested in is just activating this and just trying to have a grip full of cards if they have a sweeper. And there you have it! A clean 7-0. What a way to close things out. And, you know, my mythic rank admittedly was kind of embarrassingly low. I lost a lot over the last week practicing, trying to learn new archetypes in the Pioneer Masters Arena Open. And so this 7-0 was very, very much needed to get us back on track to try to get close to the single digits or double digits, right? Like I want to hit the teens at least, but maybe the top 10 would be a reasonable goal for this year. But black, white, life gain or black white mid range, however you want to slice it, this was the deck. And I will say this deck drew much better than I thought it would. And we had a nice mix. We had, like I said, fully will admit that I drew very well with this deck. I drew very, very well with this deck. But we had a nice mix of tricks, removal spells. Make your move was actually relevant every single time. Like every single time I drew it, my opponent just played an artifact, which is obviously extremely lucky. And then we drew Alenda a bunch, and then we had just enough cheap things to play, and then a lot of things to kind of close out the game, right? Our 4-drops, 5-drops, and 6-drops were all very, very impactful. Felidar Savior Premium. Squad Rallier, make sure you don't run out of gas at the end. Alenda, just an absolute house. Hexproof from Instance is so relevant. There's so many good instant speed removal spells in this format. This doesn't get Luminous Rebuked. This doesn't get baked into a pie. That's huge. There are only you can't bite down this. There's only a handful of ways to kill this. And I do like our decision to take that Fake Your Own Death relatively early and then putting the 2 fleeting flights. These were also really, really important at giving us some dynamic gameplay with what our opponents tried to do. One big thing, my previous Foundations draft video, I was a green-white deck. No tricks, no removal. How am I going to outplay my opponents? I can't. I just play my cards and hope that my cards are better than my opponent's cards. And that's generally, if you want to be a top level Magic player, that's generally not the strategy that you want to employ when you're trying to beat your opponents. You want to be playing the instants. You want to be playing removal spells. You want to give yourself lots of decisions so that you can give yourself the chance to make better decisions than your opponents, right? Ultimately, that's what you want. That should be your goal when you want to continue leveling up in Magic. But here we go. 7-0. Love it. 7-0. Back-to-back trophies now after, of course, the failure to make the second draft in the Arena Open. And you know what? I'm slowly, it happened the other day. It's still fresh, but the wins help. The wins help, because when you lose a lot, you start to question everything. You're like, did I make the right attack? Am I being too aggressive? Am I not being aggressive enough? You start questioning a lot of your decisions when you ultimately kind of fail at whatever goal that you had for yourself in a tournament, right? You're going, did I put the right cards in my sideboard? Did I do this? Did I do that? But ultimately, you just need to take a little step back, right? Refresh, get back into things, and now I'm feeling excellent about everything with regards to Magic. So this will be our final Foundations draft, I believe. So what is next? I'm not entirely sure. I will be basically looking to rank up. So whatever is available for me to rank up, I will likely play. So if that's more Pioneer Masters drafts until the next iteration, then that's going to be the case. I do know that maybe in about a week or so, Duskmourn drafts will come back, and I believe it can be ranked. We hit rank 1 playing Duskmourn draft in the past, so maybe we'll go back to some Duskmourn drafts while we still all wait for the release of Aether Drift. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That is patreon.com/paulcheon. Additionally, check out tcgplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. Make sure you click that affiliate link in the description below before you make any purchases. And last but certainly not least, check out heavyplay.com for all of your Magic the Gathering swag. You want some deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes? Check them out. heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.